I'm not so because I was, and all the technical problems are really, you know, messing with my whole schedule. But I would like to. I'm gonna try to. Just everything's up in the air, unfortunately. Will Wisp, thank you for your 3-month resubscription. I don't know what's going on with the audio. Or can you guys hear the? Let me switch a couple things. Maybe we'll figure it out. But can you guys hear the notifications? You can? Okay. There's like a weird mixer thing. Is that a weird? There was reverb? Oh my goodness. Always something, huh? They're playing Eldrazi Tron. So hand, bottom, exile, Thought Scour ourselves. Surely Tron will be dead this time. Okay, they're gonna have Tron. The audacity. Oh, we like straight up can't cast their Eldrazi off Ragavan, right? I don't think I want to counter this. No, I would like to counter it, but I don't think we should. Yeah, confirmed monkey terrible. We can all go home. Alright, big draw step. Big draw? Yeah, big draw. I think I should go Thought Scour first in case I hit the big dragon or counterspell. I'd like to just hold those up. And then here, let me just double bolt, I think. Probably another house down the street putting noise in the signal. Yeah, I think that's likely to be the issue, Shepard. Which is, which is why nothing that Spectrum is doing is fixing it. So I'm going to be. That's why I ordered the hotspot to try to get around it. Feels good to have access to, Legacy is why Ragavan's. But yeah, Ragavan's great in Legacy. I mean, I think it's good in this format too. I think the card's good in this format. They have Always Dust. Okay. It's fine. We have a monkey. I think I'm going to dash. There's a Legacy PTQ in one day. That sounds pretty fun to play. Maybe I'll play my Minotaur's Brew with Urza Saga. Eldrazi Temple is the card exiled. Well, pretty easy, right? Force of Negation in hand, bottom Spirebluff, exile Murktide Regent, and put a 7/7 flyer in play. I'm assuming 7/7. I guess we don't maybe need to make it that big, but why not? Yeah, if Ragavan could play the lands, it'd be a lot better, of course. It's unlucky. So we only have 2 more bolts. I guess we have a Tarfire. So we have one more bolt in the deck on Tarfire. Let's just see what we're drawing here. Okay, so we can counterspell whatever they get off card. And then wait till we draw the last burn spell. We get Sundering Titan, but we get to counterspell. And then I think we bolt now so that we're currently restricted on red mana, so we just bolt them now. And I know that we have a brief window before Karn is gonna get to coding us, but we do have a window. Oh, this actually doesn't cantrip. I guess I'll save it for the Delirium guy to scry. Well, Sprite Dragon was also lethal there. Yeah, we have Prismari Command in the sideboard, just not the main deck. I don't think that they have too much that they can get right now, right? Maybe there's something. We're still not out of this. They know about my Force of Negation, so they're not going to get anything that gets forced. Do I have any IRL cards? Yeah, I've got a pretty big Modern collection. I used to have a big Legacy collection, big EDH collection, but now it's really just Modern. Okay, they're plussing. We do have another Steam Vents in the deck. I'm going to wait to crack it because, of course, my opponent can get a Liquid Metal coating and tap down my Steam Vents. Sprite Dragon also, theoretically lethal there. Remember, Karn shuts off Mishra's Bauble, so we can't cycle it. So we get a Ballista. I guess now we get our tap Steam Vents. And no longer is Sprite Dragon and out. What is this one card that they're holding on to? They've been holding on to one card for a while. I feel like they should have played it to play around the Sprite Dragon, but I can't think of any card that would have been just stranded in their hand. Warping Will, Dismember. Yeah, maybe Dismember. That makes sense. All right, 2 more looks at a Tarfire or a Lightning Bolt. Only 1 Bolt, 1 Tarfire in the deck. Pretty sure we're supposed to Thought Scour. They can pump 2, 3 times next turn, so I think we're not dead even if we brick here. Oh no, I milled over the Tarfire. Maybe, it's just confirmation bias, but feels bad. Still have 1 out in the deck. We get to Surveil now. We have Force of Negation up. No way. No way. So maybe I've miscounted. Oh no, I have miscounted. 2. No, they can only pump 3 times, right? 3. Yeah, they can only pump the Ballista 3 times. When they play Urza's Mind, is that 4 times? 6 plus 6 is 12. They have 15. That's one short. That's 1 short of lethal. Right? Unless I miscounted. They can make bridge a creature, kill it, and swing for the win. Oh, okay. We'll see if they see that line, though. But you're right. Although, can't we just, can we block Regent on Ballista? They don't see the line. What a sick game. They don't see the line. The last bolt in the deck. They saw I put this card on top, too. They can't be too surprised. That was a sick game. I think I'm going to trim a Regent. Man, I'm kind of worried about Relic of Progenitus. I guess they won't bring in that many probably. Probably supposed to cut the trim channelers, trim bolts, put like 1 bolt. Maybe I want 2. Maybe I can cut an iteration. Yeah, iterations make sense to trim on when we bring in the Cleansing Wildfires. They kind of feel the same roll on the mana curve. Pretty easy game. Prismari Command is mostly in the sideboard to be able to deal with Chalice of the Void. Yeah, I think that we're gonna be smoothly sailing for tonight. I think that my phone's gonna be able to handle streaming for at least tonight, and then I ordered a mobile hotspot for tomorrow. Turn 2 Seer would be pretty bad. Turn 2 Matter Reshaper would be even worse. Disaster. Disaster has stricken. Do I bolt the Reshaper? I think I'm just going to Thought Scour myself. Well, my phone is plugged in. Actually, let me check on it. Yeah, it's charging while it's tethered, so it might die, but I think it's going to be fine. Well, I heard the notification, but it was super quiet. Man, everything's so weird today. Why this week of all weeks? That's real bad for my phone battery. I don't really care. I would honestly, you know, if I can throw any amount of money or sacrifice anything or anyone to get the stream going up this week, I'll do it. You hear that, Esther? No. I'll sacrifice anyone to make the stream work this week. Okay. Oh, I Thought Scoured over both of my Steam vents. Okay, this deck needs a 3rd Steam vents. This is like the 2nd time this has happened. Dismember is pretty brutal, or Contortion too. I milled over exactly both Steam vents and just noticed. 2/2 Chalice. It's probably worth forcing, right? This is just like when I played the Valky deck and Thought Scoured over both Valkyes and chat lost their mind. Trisket, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I've had a really hard time today. I appreciate the energy. Yeah, it's hard to... I try my best to mute the chewing, but I'm not always on top of it. Alright, let's go to game 3. Yeah, I have 0 basic mountains because we're playing 4 Counterspell, 4 Archmage's Charm. They did bring in Relic, so... It might be good to just say I don't want very many Dragon Rage Channelers. Maybe we'll play 1. Let's bring in another iteration. My sub sounds are coming in through my mic audio. I don't think that's the case, because like usually I've got my... I usually have my everything the same. Flame Slash are able to kill Thought on Seer. But the thing is, because Flame Slash is a sorcery speed spell, they can take it with Thought Seer, and Flame Slash is bad against every other card in their deck besides Thought Seer. It's a very good hand. Let's keep this. Why no Delver here? Just trying out other stuff? No, we're not just trying out other stuff. I'm someone that's played a ton of Delver in Modern. My first PPTQ ever, I played Grixis Delver. I was a Caleb Durwald list, and I won my PPTQ with it. I then played a GP, lost my win into top 8 with it. I've streamed a lot of Delver on this channel. I love Delver decks. I don't care who knows it. Delver of Secrets is not playable in Modern anymore. It's just not, the power level is just not there. This strategy is very similar to Delver, but it is true, or it is my opinion, that Modern has surpassed the card Delver of Secrets. It's just not a card that you should put in your deck. Esther, can you put this burrito in the fridge for me? I don't think I can eat the rest right now. What's Subtlety for? What do you say? It's mostly for Titan. I'm kind of choosing to play it over Aether Gust for the Titan matchup, but still also like figuring out if the card is even good, and I'm not, convinced that it is.
They made him pretty big.
Do what?
They made him pretty big.
The burrito.
Is he usually this big?
I feel like it's about right.
My foot fell asleep. That's why I didn't want to walk. But I'll get in a bit.
Well, like I said, I'll sacrifice anyone or anybody for any reason at any time. My opponent has a Chalice of the Void on top, but this very, very big dragon is coming down. We have a Prismari Command to deal with Chalice on one, so I don't think I need to force, especially if they have Dismember. They could go bait with Chalice, then go land Dismember my dragon. If I use the force on the Chalice, we get got. Well, instead of getting got, I think we're gonna get the win. I don't think I need to kill the Expedition map. I will Thought Scour myself, I think. If you can't afford Ragavan, will you play this deck and be a good stand-in? Delver of Secrets. Delver of Secrets is the budget Ragavan in this deck. Or they popped Relic. Yeah. I mean, they obviously needed to find lands. I think popping Relic to try to find a land is fine there. No, don't play Monastery Swift Spirited deck with so many counterspells. That's a pretty common misconception or deck building error, whatever you want to call it. But there are two types of threats. There are threats that work well with counterspells, and there are threats that don't. So Sprite Dragon, Dragon Rage Channeler, these cards allow you to hold up mana, and then they trigger when you cast a counterspell, but they don't need you to cast your instant or sorcery on... They don't make you cast your instant or sorcery on your turn to trigger Prowess like Prowess does. Like with Prowess, you need to be casting spells on your main phase to attack with. How's the Mini Monkey been? That card's been great, I think. It's been really good. I don't know that this is necessarily the best shell for the card, but I think it's a good start. Alright, this hand's good because it has a Ragavan on the play. I think Ragavan should be in burn. I think it's worth trying out. It does have haste in the late game. I think it's worth trying out. You will live. Ragavan, you're going to live. It's too soon to say goodbye. Yes. Aspiring spike. Forbid me now to die. I'll obey. I will try. Windswept Heath. Interesting. Will we play Blueback Reanimator next? Yeah, that's my plan. I think it's possible for a Turbo Reanimator. I think that there's something to like a more all-in Reanimator deck, but I said this recently, but like when you're looking at cards that enable the Reanimator archetype, You have Persist and Unmarked Grave. These cards are both super efficient at what they do. 2 mana to put a card in the graveyard, 2 mana to bring a card back. Everything else is like a way less efficient enabler, so I think it makes more sense to me to play it in a more like a controlling deck that just plays the 2 good cards and slows down the game until you can draw the 2 good cards together. Oh, it's the Draco deck. Cool. Cool. Need to jam Consecrated Sphinx? I feel like Archon's better. But you can put whatever you want in the deck. I cannot stop you, unfortunately. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're just playing like Bring to Light with Scion of Draco. Maybe I shouldn't have cracked the Islet, but felt okay. Yeah, I'm glad that you like the article, Prime. Thank you to everybody who reads the articles. I know that it's behind the channel Fireball paywall. That being said, if you are planning on spending $10 on Magic cards a month, if you spend it with Channel Fireball, as part of the Channel Fireball Pro deal, you can spend $10 and get $10 back. It's like a very good deal, and that gives you access to the articles. And I'm really very proud of how the articles turned out, and I've talked about this a few times, but between me being sick and me being dealing with a lot of technical problems with the stream, and me working on things with the stream, and me also not having written anything in a long time, and me having to write about brand new decks that I don't have much experience playing. It was very difficult to write these articles, but I put a lot of work into it. Probably more work than I'll need to be putting in going forward, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. Yeah, it does let you build up the credit. The credit does roll over from month to month, so it's not use it or lose it. So it's a very good deal, and you're also getting articles not just from me. You're getting them from Reed Duke and Huey Jensen and Nassif and Minguchi, just all the people that you would want articles from. Well, I'm about to swing in for 6. And then bolt them. I guess I'll bolt them now so not slow roll. Okay. I don't know exactly what they're doing. I think that they're Bring to Light Scapeshift that's just playing Draco. That's what the Dryads, the 5 colors, would signify to me. I feel like I'm going to want less burn. I probably want 2 or 3 bolts. And we can play maybe the Subtleties. I guess we could play Prismari Command. That kills Draco. It's our only way to kill it. I don't know if CFB ships to Brazil. I haven't been working with them for long enough to know. Slash better than bolt? Yeah, maybe we would want a couple of flame slashes. Oh, this also kills Draco. Okay, yeah, let's play the slashes. Sorry. I don't know why I was thinking it was like a 5/5. What do you think the most overrated card in Image 2 is? I think it's definitely Grief. I mean, Grief is a good card, and I mean, I've been saying this for a while. I think Grief is good, but I think it's going to be more likely good in Living End and Hollow and Vengevine decks, rather than necessarily being good in this Ephemerate deck that everybody says is so obvious, but I haven't seen a good build of. Play the monkey, of course. And I could be wrong, but were you playing this deck when you got Grief Ephemerate earlier? I was, yeah, and I mean, I had a good hand against it, but they did Grief Ephemerate me on turn 1. It was a very good start, but beyond that, it just wasn't a crazy. It didn't feel like their opening was crazy. The rest of their draw was just pretty anemic, So we know that they have a path in their hand. So I'm pretty okay getting my monkey pathed here. Didn't Sam Black talk about the testing the Ephemerate Grief deck and said no one thought it was a problem? I don't know if Sam said that. I believe you that Sam did. I believe you. I don't remember Sam saying that. Okay, but Flame Slash for this. They also only have 3 cards in their yard. Alright, I think we go slash hold up Charm this turn. We're still crash free. We were crash free since we switched to streaming off of my phone for tonight. And then tomorrow I've ordered a T-Mobile hotspot that I'm going to be streaming off of. And hopefully that works. I think I'm actually going to be buying 2 since I think I might run into some data cap issues. But I feel like I think the data caps are going to be fine if I just use 2. Just switch like halfway through the month. Which is a pain, but you got to do what you got to do. How do I feel about my baby Brinkslight Luris? I think the deck's probably good. I'm probably going to take some time playing with the new cards before I play that deck, though. What would I tweak about this list? I would cut the Fiery Islet for the 3rd Steam Vents. Besides that, I feel like the numbers are pretty fine. Yeah, MTG is a much lower resource game to stream than like almost anything else, and the fact that I pay for Spectrum's highest level of service and it just like it's pathetically unreliable. It's just so sad. Ragavan has a powerful effect but looks easy to deal with. Is the hype justified? Well, I think so. Because it's very a 1 mana card that's easy to deal with is very different than a 2 mana card that's easy to deal with. If you play Ragavan and your opponent deals with it for 1 mana, you've made an even trade on resources. You've spent 1 card, they've spent 1 card, you've spent 1 mana, they've spent 1 mana. Anything else, any other situation, Ragavan has the potential to just snowball away with the game and generate mana and sometimes card advantage, which is super unique for... Let me let this go. Super duper unique. Okay. My goal here is to get the Sprite Dragon big enough to kill my opponent. I think we're not quite going to meet that goal. No, Scion does have flying, but it's just a 4/4, right? And it has to chump block my... They have a 2 mana 4/4 flyer. I have a 2 mana 7/7 flyer. I think I picked the better Modern Horizons 2 card to build with. Yeah, and then Ragavan is also... It is a good top deck on an empty board state in the late game, which is also very unique for a 1-drop to be a good draw in the late game if the board is clear. It's not good if the board isn't clear, but it is good if it is clear. Alright, you have a Supreme Verdict. It's really the only thing that gets them out of the situation. Definitely countering this and not the Verdict, since you can't counter Verdict. Alright, 2-0. I even was watching Doom build the deck for a little bit. I don't watch the whole construction, and I don't think he streamed the whole construction. But I'm confused because I remember at one point he was saying that he wanted the Seasoned Pyromancers in the sideboard as the sideboard plan, but now they're in the main deck, and I just don't like them very much in the main deck. I like them so much more in the sideboard. I don't know what changed. Grief might be a thing for Crabline. Yeah, it might be. It might be, yeah. Seems fine. Sorry for blowing into the microphone. Cathal, I'm streaming off my phone right now, so I'm actually not taking deck techs. So if we could have a mod refund that, and you can get back to me later. Force of Negation on top. Just gonna shuffle, I think. Do I want to leave a bolt? Let's leave a bolt. We played against any Urza Saga brewers. We played against Amulet Titan that was playing Urza Saga. And with this deck, we won pretty easy. Seemed like a good matchup. Ooh, right on time. Looks like maybe the Domain deck. Not the Domain deck. So we can bolt that and then dash with Ragavan, which is not ideal, but might just be what we have to do. Thinky headband. I mean, it does make some sense to like start off like designing cards as being very powerful and then over time nerf them a bit. I don't think that that's inherently a problem. Has Ragavan been as good as I said? Ragavan's been really good. It's been a very small sample size, but I've been really impressed by the card so far. The card's also like, I think plays very differently in this deck than it does in Jund. We'll see. Okay. I mean, I don't know what this is. Maybe Prismari Command? So why would they shock there? They already have a red in Savai Triumph. They must have like... I don't know. Maybe they just didn't realize it's tapped for red. Hey, Itachi. I'm very concerned that Wizards were super ready to put Krakus in Doomsday and Modern. Me too, yeah. Me too. But thankfully, Sam Black saved us. Let's draw 2. How's the sickness? I'm not 100% better, but I'm feeling better today than I have all week. But also, I think I need to put another breathe rate strip on my nose. It's like the first... Hand, bottom, exile. This is like the first I'm streaming, or just like being without the strip on my nose for a while. I can feel things like tension back up. Alright, exile, 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 exile. Big boy. Only a 7/7. I mean, only a basic island. Didn't Sam Black himself not to say like he was the sole reason the decision got made? Yeah, but I'm mostly, goofing. But Sam Black was definitely a positive influence on the process, and so I like to glow him up a bit. I draw a card with Omnath. Alright, so hopefully we can hit a land off Iteration to go Dragon, Iteration, hold up Counterspell. Okay, we did. So let's go do an Murktide Regent in hand. I think maybe we want the Counterspell from Charm a bit more. Yeah, I feel like the next Counterspell feels like it's at a premium. Out of fetchables too. Yeah, like this is something I've been saying all league. We just need to play the third Steamens over the Islet. How's Channeler? Seem to have been pretty good, I think. It's possible Channeler's not as good as Sprite Dragon. Right now I'm playing 3 dragons. I could see playing 4 dragons, 3 channelers, maybe. Maybe no channelers, but just like whatever you whatever you cast a non-creature surveil, that is a very, very powerful line of text. Yeah, we're not playing Delvers. I think Delvers are a little very underpowered. But it's definitely that style of deck, Is the tension between Delve and Delirium hard to manage? I don't think so, because Channeler just fills up your graveyard so quickly. I think that it's fine. Hasn't really felt like a big deal. Did I consider Bloodbraid Marauder? Not really. I think that card's not very good. The more and more I think about it, like the cards you have to play to enable the Marauder are cards like that you really would not like to cascade into. So for those reasons, I'm out. Do I miss Snapcaster? Yeah, I do. I like Snapcaster a lot, but I think that's a big nombo with your dragon. Because your dragon wants you to... We have no fetchables. Oh, I guess I wasn't supposed to play my land there. But let's actually just play 2 channelers. We can double block Omnath. But yeah, because the dragon wants you to exile your instants and sorceries as aggressively as possible. And so, like, while you can play some delve spells with Snapcaster, of course, it's not that difficult to play delve spells in Snapcaster. The issue is the fact that your delve spells really, really want you to... We don't have another basic, but I think I let this go. They just have so many crazy things to tap out for. But I also think that that's probably the design around Murktide Regent, is where you can't play it and Snapcaster together, or at least it's not very good to play it and Snapcaster together, and then that's like one of the things that is a bit balanced about the card. I think I'm going to use Archmage's Charm here. This way that we could go Iteration into the Dragon and then hold up Counterspell. Bottom that, or Graveyard that. So Iteration. Would love to see the Dragon. Graveyard. We found it. Okay, so hand. Oh no! I needed to exile the Dragon and then put this in hand, so... Obviously a mistake. Let's hope it's not going to end up biting us in the butt too badly. If we exile this instant, we still have land, creature, sorcery, artifacts. We still have Delirium. Yeah, but we could have a Force of Negation. Just misclicked. Or misplayed, rather. So, Windswept Heath is pretty scary because that means if they play another fetch land, we lose. No, don't play the Surveil Instinct card. That card is really bad. I'm actually like kind of okay if they Verdict here, just because the Omnath kills us if they draw any fetch land. So I'll be okay if they cast Verdict. And if they don't get Verdict, then I would rather counter any spell they get to dilute their deck of threats a bit. How's Murktide Regent compared to previous Delve threats? This card is really, really, really good. You cannot get a land off Bring to Light. So if they got a land off Bring to Light, I could simply call a Judge and then win the game. Graveyard the Bolt. Alright, I think we're playing the Monkey as a chump blocker. And I mean, my opponent's in the enviable position of having fetch lands be good draws and most spells being good draws, but they've got some bad draws. Did you Bring to Light, or maybe this is Omnath actually? Okay, we're dead to this. Let's go to game 2. So I want the Flame Slashes. What else did I cut last time? This was like, I think against, this seems like they're more of like the traditional Bring to Light deck. Can't remember what, I think I cut like a Channeler. Maybe I'll play the first Subtlety. Honestly, when I was first playing with Subtlety, I was like liking the card a lot. I was really feeling it. But like the more and more I play with it, the less I'm impressed with the card. I'm gonna get another Breathe Right strip for my nose. Be right back. know where my strips are. Oh, I know. I left them by the bed last night. Okay. Yeesh. Well, I think we have to keep this. Have we run into any Urza Saga decks yet? We played against Titan. I was playing Urza Saga. Any Esper Sentinel Brews? I've been playing an Esper... We played an Esper Stoneblade deck this morning that had Esper Sentinel in the sideboard. But I'm kind of interested in main decking some Esper Sentinels. Planes go. I thought I just bottomed you. Power Depot against Scales. Yeah, what is Power Depot? Oh, thank goodness. A gift? What is that card? Artifact land. Wait, why is it nerfed against... Tapped, can't cast Hardened Scales. Ah, I see. I see. Man, these draws have been abysmal. One card off of casting Regent. It used to enter untapped? I mean, it feels like a little too good at untapped, right? That's not just me. The card like seems kind of unreasonable. If it just enters untapped, it does the exact same thing. That's what Sam said. I guess I agree with Sam here. I feel like I usually agree with what Sam says. Not always, of course. It's so hard in life and in Magic to always agree with what someone says, but Sam's definitely someone whose opinion I like and respect a lot. Expressive Iteration is just cracked in half. The card's unreal. I'll just discard the Slash. Maybe I should discard a Force. Well, now I feel kind of silly. Is Wrenn and 6 even worth forcing at this point in the game? I don't really feel like it is. Oh my gosh. Alright, this is a 2-turn clock. Got a lot of counter magic up. Feeling pretty good. Feeling a little less good. I do think we have to pick our fight here. But if they have Omnath, I guess we have a Flame Slash for most of their creatures. We have double Force, so maybe I shouldn't be so worried here. We can just attack Wrenn. I mean, I don't think that we should. We can. But they're at 16. We have an 8/8 flyer. Seems like it'll probably be better just to attack them. This card seems ridiculous, right? This card is just... I feel like every time we've cast it... I mean, we did have... Like, this game we did, I guess, have an awkward draw with it, but... It's felt pretty ridiculous. Okay, my opponent can deal 6 damage with the Dryad, but we do have Flame Slash to answer it. Oh, no, they can deal more than that. Yeah, they can deal 12 if they have 2 fetch lands, which they probably do. Every Del spell? Almost every Del spell, yeah. I mean, his card is so much better than Tombstalker, right? Servant Pikachu, thank you for your 4-month resubscription. Appreciate ya. By Force, I'm pitching Force, right? Okay, so we get to go Flame Slash. Then we'll have 3 spells to delve away, making Murktide Regent a 6/6. At that point, we might be killing Rin. Yeah, I think we're gonna not Iteration here. Just save that for next turn. I choose 15 Pikachu. Is the number between 1 and 15 that I choose, or 10 and 15. Hi Loker92. Welcome to the stream for the first time, where we counter Omnath, every single Omnath that ever gets countered. Or gets cast, gets countered. Gifted 15 subs. Seems like I chose the right number. Thank you so much, Pikachu. I'm sorry that the normally I would either play the Harry clip or the music would be going, but it's all off at the moment. I know this has been a brutal few days, and you know, you're all real ones for sticking around. It's kind of risky to not kill Rin in 6 here. Wait. So we can Murktide Regent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's not quite lethal. The sub sounds are actually coming in double. Really? I can't hear them. Oh my gosh. No, like they're not coming in through my mic. Okay, I just turned off the desktop audio. I just turned off the desktop audio. Now they're gone. Well, if they're coming in double, shouldn't they just... Isn't it way better for them to be off? Stop. Oh, this actually... Delirium's my channeler, too. They have a third Bring to Light? Oh, they just have Valakut. Okay, well, this should kill it, right? Because we get to trigger the Regent off the Regent. Maybe we should just be playing 4. I don't know. This card just seems ridiculous to me. Yeah, we lose that game if we have Mana Leak, of course. But reading Murktide Regent. Two mana, 11/11. Yeah, they're like good at multiples. Maybe we should just be playing 4. What if the threats should just be 4 Regents, 4 Sprite Dragon, 4 Ragavan? Nothing else. I feel like we maybe need more ways to get cards in the yard. Yeah, Regents do more than just get big. They also get bigger. Yeah. Wait, you're still on for reals? I took a extended break to work on my internet problems. I had a technician come out and not really solve my problems. I'm now streaming from my phone. Don't know how long I'll be live for, but tomorrow I'm getting a 5G hotspot that should be somewhat functional. I feel being shut down for single regions be good in multiples there with Logic Knot. I mean, I feel like Logic Knot is maybe a bit much, but yeah, maybe. I don't know. 3 regions seems perfect. Oh, the card's just so good. Your CB articles, business. Thank you for saying that. I feel like I'm a bit of a broken record at this point, but I'm really proud of the articles because it's just like everything felt so stacked against me as far as writing them goes, where I'm super busy with the stream, and it's like the busiest I've ever been with the stream. I've been sick all week. I haven't written anything in a long time. I'm dealing I'm just on with Spectrum for hours every single day, and And I'm also writing about new cards and new decks, you know? It's very, very difficult to write about new cards and new decks. So I'm really, really happy with how they turned out. And I hope that they only keep getting better, too. Is the stream going to be regular time tomorrow? So there's a challenge tomorrow. I would really like to play in it. I'm going to try to play in it tomorrow. No promises on it though, but I'm going to try to play in it tomorrow. Another channeler. I think we need to hold up Counterspell in case they play another Rin and 6. Yeah, just the Surveil and the channeler I think is really good. I agree. How's Monkey? Monkey's been good. Please write something about Crabvine with Grief. I mean, that's not something I was planning on doing. Probably won't. Since I don't have Planeswalkers in your deck, is Flame Blitz good sideboard card? Well, like there aren't like a ton of like big tier modern decks that play a ton of Planeswalkers, so I would only choose to put that card in my sideboard if I knew for sure that it was going to be a good card in the metagame. Let's keep this as double Surveil next turn, I guess. Yeah, but I wouldn't just, I think, choose to put that in my deck just to like be generally good against Planeswalkers. I would really like to put that in my deck and understand that it's that card would be like, you know, again, a well-positioned card. I mean, I'd like to keep this on top. I could graveyard it and make a bigger Murktide Regent, though. I think I'll do that. I think this is like the higher upside play. I mean, I could also like crack the Bauble and draw the counterspell there. I feel like I should play a version of this in the challenge. I really like the Esper Stoneblade deck. I mean, I have a few different decks, of course, that I could choose to play. I think I'm just going to delve all the instants. Our deck is just so full of instants. I think it'll be not that difficult to get another one. They have a Windswept Heath on top. Could have Verdict. They only have one Verdict in the deck. Like the rest of them, they're bringing to light for it. So I don't think it's good to play around Verdict here. That's a bad draw, of course. They don't have Verdict. They do have a second Fun Raveler, which ravels the fun, huh? Ooh, that's a great draw. Okay, so let's keep the Counterspell and then put that in the hand with the iteration. Hand, bottom, exile. All right, I'll go ahead and still cast the bolts. So this represents a lot of damage. Also gives us 2 Surveils. It does give them the window to resolve something, though, so maybe this is wrong. But I've also got, you know, the 2 Channelers, so maybe this will be fine. Why doesn't Counterspell cost 1 mana? Does anybody know? Surely that wouldn't be too good if it cost 1 mana. Ask Sam Black. Sam. I'm glad that you're here for your first day of design. They played the land first? What? But we have printed Counterspell, but it's actually 1 mana now. What do you think about that? Sam, what do you think? I think that might be... I think that might be a little too pushed. Boss? Okay, we'll change it. If that was the play, maybe you should have kept the Force, not the Counterspell. Maybe, yeah. Makes sense. I think I'm gonna leave the iteration in the yard. Just make this a 4/4. BMX Elite, thank you for your 5-month resubscription. Appreciate you. Hold in case they top their Bring to Light. Well, we can counter the Bring to Light. Like, we only really get punished by Verdict, right? And they can gain life off the Omnath, so I think I want to put more pressure in play. Any instant is going to make these 3/3s again. We have instants, of course, here. The Surveil on this card is so good. Graveyard. graveyard, all the dragons. So they can gain 4 more up to 10, but we have exactly 10. So they need to have a piece of interaction here. Oh, actually only 3 more, of course, because they have to pay the Windswept Heath. This feels like an old Caleb D. Grixis list from forever ago. That was like the first deck that I ever played, or the first competitive Modern deck I ever played. Very near and dear to my heart. Alright, Omnath, I guess, still a silly card. Cycles Triome. I maybe should have kept a Regent just in case they, wrath the board here. Cycles Triome. They have a path. I don't think they have it. I think they would have cast it, and they are dead. Sick. 3-0. I think Murktide could go as far as being a finisher and control list. I think it might be better in the sideboard of control decks. It just seems way better if you're playing Thought Scours. Seems so much better if you're playing Thought Scours. Yeah, if I'm 4-0, I always do a 5-0 bet. As we go to war with Spectrum. Some of you may die in our war with Spectrum, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Yeah, thank you for sticking through these technical difficulties. Some of you may lose all of your channel points and never come back. Also, the deck tech, any channel point redemption that makes me open the internet. I'm not currently redeeming, but you'll be able to redeem at a later date. Spirebluff Canal on top. Let's go ahead and keep that one. Rishadan Dockhand. First time we've seen that card cast. Really excited to be playing against Burfolk. Not very excited to draw that Force of Negation, though. Is Ragavan for this deck if everything else flies? I mean, Ragavan's just nuts. And, like, fits really well with the Counterspell plan. Well, I mean, pretty easy. Counter the Vial. I'm just going to pass with the Charm up. I mean, we could steal this. They only have 1 land. And, I guess, like, I would like to play test the card, right? I would like to play test Dockhand. Okay. Right? They only have 1 land. This is just good. I can't believe I'm going to Force of Negation to suspend. Spike, if suspend is so bad, how come you Force of Negation that? Maybe I should have pitched the Counterspell, actually. No, that's probably fine. So if you keep saying suspend so bad, why did you Force of Negation it? Got you there. Alright. I can't argue with that. You guys are completely right. I really just have no retort. Ragavan's probably not that good on the draw on this matchup, right? Probably bring him back in on the play. I'll trim too, I don't think I'm playing Subtlety. I have 1/6 of the PT views. Am I number 2 in the MTG category, or did Caleb come back on? What matchup somebody bring in Subtlety? The idea is like it's mostly for like Titan, and then maybe you'll figure out what matchup Subtlety's good in, but it's just not that good. Caleb's on at 10, cool. Yeah, literally carrying the category. Feels pretty cool to have like almost 1,000 viewers during a PT. Maybe they'll give me a special invite. Proton Dragon Ray Channeler. I like the card. I don't know exactly how good it is yet, but I like it. I don't think I'm gonna bolt that right now. Wait, they revealed a second adept? That's pretty bad for us. That up's so good. Have a dockhand on top. Please don't suspend my Sprite Dragon. Well, they're not axing organized play. They're axing pro play, which is a bit different. Oh, man. That's something. So let's go 2 damage to Tidebinder Mage to make a treasure. Yeah, it's like just the timing of this PT is also so ridiculous. Like, it does come after like this big announcement that pro play is ending, and then it's also like one of the most hyped set of all time. Maybe Modern Horizons 2 might be the most exciting set in Magic to ever release, or at least it feels that way. It might not actually be quite true, but it feels close to true. And it's just so weird for them to do both things on the same weekend. But I mean, it's also probably true that like I bet their esports department, like whoever like picks the weekends for these events, I doubt that they really think about what's going on on Magic Online for these events. Okay, so it looks like they're gonna dockhand my Canal, and we could maybe just bolt in response. What should I bolt though? Should I bolt them? 15. No, I'll bolt an Adept. I'm a bit worried about my opponent casting Suspend on my Sprite Dragon, so I think I'm just going to Thought Scour myself and hold up Counterspell. This could be wrong. Have the read. Spike, if Suspend is unplayable with Modern, as you say, why is this 2 games in a row that you're countering it? Care to explain yourself, or do you have just nothing to say? Nothing to say about Suspend? Suspend is, I think, the blue Swords to Plowshares, and you should start treating it as such, I think. And I have no retaliation here. These are some bad hits, jeez. I guess I'm gonna go hand bottom exile. But if I'm just looking for a lightning bolt to kill my opponent with, so I'm gonna iteration again. Does Tarfire do it? Tarfire is 1 short. Right? 9 plus 2 is anybody really good at math? Okay. Nobody was good enough at math for us to win that game. I think I'm going to cut the 4th counterspell for the 3rd Ragavan on the play. Why are some sketch showcase cards worth more than normal ones or not? No idea. No idea. How about the Mythic Blue Delver card for Modern? You mean this card? I don't think I'd put it in any decks. We've cast a few Turd World Monkeys so far today. I'm going to save the Bauble for the dragon here. Might steal that Vial. Seems like they have probably kept a Landlight hand if they have let on Waterlogged Grove, but it's possible that they have Mutavault and like Lord of Atlantis, and they are trying to have Force of Negation, Mutavault and Lord of Atlantis, and like maybe just want to rip a blue source or have a second Waterlogged Grove. So second Aether Vial. Pretty sure we just go Thought Scour. I mean, I can't imagine that they force this, right? Yeah. I guess this is only a 2-mana 4/4, but it's like still seems very good. Just the flyers are going to be so good in this matchup, I think. Whew. Why not take the Vial? They have 2. I think I just kind of want to kill them. I like to reduce their life total to 0. That's how I'm going to win this game. Well, Magnetic Channel, that's also a 2-mana 4/4. Yeah, there's a lot of 2-mana 4/4s in Modern right now. So many. It's funny how, like, I mean, I know Caleb D is usually streaming at this moment, but just I feel like I've got all the Caleb fans in chat right now. I had a really nice. I like talked with Caleb for the first time ever the other day, and it was just like a really cool experience as someone who is personally a fan. Super nice guy, and I'd ever talked to him before, like the other day, but I commented on how, like, the first deck of his, or the first competitive Modern deck I ever played was his Grixis Delver deck in Modern, and like I just like don't think I'd be the person I am today without that deck. I posted the clip in the Discord. Yeah, he messaged me about it, like saying, "Hey, that was really nice. Made my day. It was really sweet of him." And that made my day, that he said that it made his day. All right, so let's see if they have an interactive 3-mana Merfolk. I guess they have the Force of Negation, but that's okay. They force pitching Force, of course. They have Tidebinder Mage too. Wow. Okay, the Merfolk or Trixie. I mean, this is going to be hard to deal with. So if we block, they're going to Violent a Lord. I guess they're just going to Violent a Lord anyways. Might be taking an L here. Let's see what we draw. I think we've got a few outs. Huh. Yeah, so if we counter this and we mill over a creature or sorcery with the Surveil, we win. Spike, if you're going to counter Surveil Suspend 3 times in a row, every single time it's cast, are you sure that Suspend is not a good spell? No, come on, no, please be messing with me, no! Ugh. The swings. The swings. We're dead, right? Goodness. Yeah, you say Suspend is a bad card, yet you lost to it the same turn it was played. Curious. Maybe we did lose every time we countered Suspend, actually, so maybe Suspend really is bad, because we lost the match and we were 3 for 3 on countering Suspend. Hey Jacob, how's it going? Is Merfolk playable for the first time in recent history? I mean, Suspend is carrying us. It's carrying the archetype. It's putting the Merfolk in the exile zone, and it's literally carrying the archetype. You can't believe what it's done for us, bruv. This spell can literally exile any creature. Even your own. Yeah, Exo's been playing a lot of Etron lately. Hoping not to get chaliced. I guess we're going to crack the Bauble to try to find Force. We have a Ballista on top. Missed the stream today. What are my thoughts on the format or feelings? Well, it's a bit early to... You know, I haven't had feelings in years, so it's a bit early to... form any on the format, but I'm having fun. Right now I'm just having fun. I'm trying to find out what cards are good. But I haven't had feelings in years, so if anybody has advice, perhaps, that they could share to get any kind of feelings or joy back into their life, that would be really, really good for me. Alright, so this makes the Channeler 5/5. Let me go ahead and graveyard this. I got hurt feelings. That's a good song. I was looking for a land. I think I'm just going to graveyard that one too. I might just be playing a big old Murktide Regent, even though it does certainly shrink my Channeler. Maybe I should have played the Sprite Dragon actually this turn. Curious. They have an Eldrazi Temple on top, so we know there has Ballista. If I exile Lightning Bolts, Thought Scour, Archmage's Charm, Thought Scour, Counterspell, there's still Delirious, right? No, that's... I need to leave just a... one instant in the yard. Yeah, so I feel like you can play these two cards together, and like we're seeing right here, I think they play well together just because this card fills up your graveyard so fast, right? How's the deck? Felt pretty good. We 3-2'd the last league. We're 3-1 in this one. Need to play the third Steam Vents in the deck is one thing, but I'm liking the list. Why not just attack first? Why does it matter if it's still going to be Delirious? Isn't it just exactly the same? Yeah, I've been back for 20 minutes and you haven't cast Ragavan. Curious. Just sweating over here. Chad is really seeing through all of my lies and deception. I think I'm going to cut the Channelers. They're like 1 mana spells for against Chalice. And I think that they're a worse threat. Maybe I'll leave like 1 in. I'll just play 3 bolts, I think. Maybe I want 4 Force, actually. Yeah, I'll just play 4 Force. I think Ragavan's like really good on the play. Or I guess we're not on the play on the draw, but I think this is fine. I love Exwell. Exwell's a really good player. Good follow on Twitter, and I don't think I've ever seen Exwell stream, but I think that he has a few times. But definitely a good follow on Twitter. Good player, good deck builder, someone to keep an eye on. How's Subtlety felt so far? I was liking it a lot when I was first playing it yesterday. Right, I was playing it in Esper Control. Oh no, on Wednesday. Wednesday I was playing it in Esper Control. And I was liking it a lot, but I think that Esper Control deck was just good. I think that Esper Control deck was just really strong, and Subtlety, it wasn't. And I feel like it should be good in a Stoneblade deck, but I'm also not really convinced that it's good there. I think the card is like maybe going to be like a metagame dependent sideboard card, but maybe it also just sucks. So we have a Prismari Command to deal with this, and we could even cast the Prismari Command next turn because of the Ragavan. Oh, dude, if we could only cast that, we could kill the Chalice. 1 mana short. So I guess we killed Chalice, kill Reshaper with the command. Doesn't Tron have 8 1-mana spells? Isn't it just 4? It's just the map, right? I guess they might bring in like Relic. I feel like you either draw all Ragavans or no Ragavans has been the trend though. No, Eldrazi Tron. There are two Tron variants. There's Eldrazi Tron and then Mono Green Tron. This version that we're playing against is Eldrazi Tron, and Eldrazi Tron does not play Ancient Stirrings. Mono Green Tron, though, does play like 16 1-drops. They play Ancient Stirrings, Expedition Map. Oh, I probably should have bolted end of turn for the dragon. Mono Green Tron plays a lot of 1-drops, yes, but that's not what we're playing against here. Oh, dude, we can't. We don't have any colorless. I think I'm gonna bolt and block. Make me feel good and tell me you felt pain. There were no fairies in Mishra. Of course I did. I'm always looking for new fairies. Alright, let's bolt them. The Regent can at least trade here, I guess. Okay, now we can go bolt them and make Regent a 6/6. Easy block, of course, with the Force. Can't use mana of any color. Yes, you can. Oh, no, you can't. Ragavan doesn't let you use mana of any color. But even if you could, Thought Knot Seer requires a colorless mana. And that's not mana of any color. But you can't spend mana as if it were any color with Ragavan. But what you can do is you can spend the treasure tokens that you make. Alright, 4-1 that league. Let's open a full set. A full set would feel so good right now after all of my misfortune. Out of touch. Out of time.